Hello, today I'm starting a new series where I'm going to try to learn SQL complete from ChatGPT. I have done this with two other programming languages, specifically Java and C++. I actually never finished my C++ series, but I plan to get back to that later. But the reason why I want to learn SQL, because of my web development endeavors, I've only used MongoDB, and as I'm working on a chatting app right now, I felt like it would be a lot more useful to use a relational database, and from that also learn SQL to get that done. I feel like SQL is a language, if I really want to get into web development or any backend development in general, I should learn anyways, so I took this as a good opportunity to, one, learn the language, two, continue to try out AI's capabilities. I feel like it might be better at teaching something simple like SQL than C++, because that one just simply got me way too confused. Anyways, we must start with a great prompt to inform ChatGPT that it will now be my private tutor with the goal of teaching me SQL. So this is what I came up with. I said, "Hello, you are my private SQL instructor. Your goal is to teach me SQL to a level where I can start working on web development projects. The lesson structure, while it can be altered, should always include an assignment to solidify my learning." And that's something like I learned in general from my programming, is that there's no way to like not learn programming without programming. Like you just need to get your hands dirty. So that's why I told it to give me assignments, because I can read a bunch of blog posts or read books about SQL, but something I want to test about AI is to see its capabilities of like teaching in a more responsive way. Okay, so here it's giving me a lot of information. First of all, it's telling me what SQL it is, along with basic commands, which are create table, insert info, select, update, delete. These seem like pretty simple database operations. It's also showing me some practical examples. Honestly, I don't love this style right away because it's showing me something already with unfamiliar syntax, but I guess this is just showing an example for now, and it'll hopefully dive deeper into this. So yeah, it's just showing then an example with insert, select, update, and delete. So the first thing to do for an assignment is to set up a SQL environment. So it suggests that I could just use an online SQL IDE, and it's telling me to create a new table for storing product information. Now, obviously, I could copy paste and reference this code, but I think it would be a lot more useful for it to actually give me instructions on the syntax on how I would actually get this done, because it really hasn't provided me with much. Could you give me more information on how to work with SQL, not just showing me examples? So first it's saying you have to create a database and then use a use keyword. From there, we have some syntax. So tables are created using the create table statement. When creating a table, you define the columns and their data types. Here's what each part of the create table statement does. A column name, the name of the column, for example, user ID, the data type, in this case you can have integer, and then, or varchar, which I actually don't know what that is for some reason. I can't figure that out. Like, I think it would just be a character, but why is there a number inside of it? And it constraints. For example, this would be the primary key, and you can also give other stuff. For example, not null, as in it's required. And there's also some other stuff like default. It's not explaining what everything does, and I do hope that eventually goes into a way to like eventually teach me this, because that would really suck if all it does is boom, here's an example, now figure it out yourself. Okay, you can insert into users And yeah, this isn't great. I guess that's basically just the syntax. It's kind of weird, but okay. And next, you need to select. You can use select statements to query data from a table. It's a powerful tool that allows you to filter, sort, and aggregate data. So select first name, last name from users where email is using this schema. And to update data, you can say update users, set email, and where user ID. Now, I don't know what this does. It's not being very helpful. I'm kind of disappointed in ChatGPT. I feel like it was a lot more useful when I knew that I had so much more information to teach me, but maybe with something simpler like SQL, it's just trying to throw everything together right away. So I'm just going to say, can you make it more basic? It seems that you are giving me a lot of information in a row without breaking things down into smaller chunks. So now it's going in depth. It's also explaining that this 50 means it can store text up to 50 characters. And then basically it's doing something so simple like just create a table. Just, I guess, remember the syntax and just try it out yourself. So I'm just going to do that for now. Let's just figure this out myself. Oh my god. This online compiler is way different than like all the other ones I've used. I mean, I think it already has a data table in it or something. So yeah, let's just choose a different one. Something like. So I'm gonna make a table with that will describe a school, and then now we just need to give parameters to it. So I'm gonna say, for example, it needs a title, and we're gonna make it a variable character. How you wanna say that? We'll say 30. I don't know, 50. We'll just do whatever it was originally doing. What else do I need? Well, I think I would want to make it unique and not null. And let's think of something that could be an integer. For example, I don't know, zip. I mean, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. Like, I guess I could try running. And do I need commas? I have no idea. I mean, I think it's working. This good. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Yeah, I spent most of the time actually criticizing its choices and how it was teaching me, but I guess that's part of something that you have to deal with a real private instructor. So like everyone has their own style, so you need to just like tell them how you want to be taught. So far I'm trying my best to do that, and maybe it can actually get a pretty immersive learning experience. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully you subscribe. Like always, bye bye.